online you'll find an activity associated with this video, being there, accounting and bookkeeping. I'm going to refer to it as BTab as abbreviated. Some previous videos went through all these journal entry transactions for BTab using the balance sheet approach. We are now going to redo those transactions, and we're going to do them as journal entries. So this is Lincoln, and he started a business. Why don't you pause the video and read this a little bit, and then we'll get started back on the journal entries. All right. On September 1st, Lincoln contributed $40,000 to the corporation. So Lincoln put in $40,000. And so we're going to do the journal entries from the perspective of the corporation here. So Lincoln contributed $40,000. In exchange, Lincoln got common stock. So that's journal entry number 1. And again, we're looking at the debits and the credits here. Journal entry number 2. On September 1st, Lincoln's grandmother loaned BTab $60,000. So journal entry number 2, again, we have cash. In this case, it's the $60,000 that grandma loaned. And in this case, it is a loan for $60,000. Journal entry number 3, BTab purchased some van and equipment. So they purchased it with, the cost was $50,000, and for the van, $20,000 for the equipment, and it was paid in cash. So journal entry number 3, we're going to record the equipment and the van separately because they have different depreciable lives. And the equipment we're going to debit for $20,000, the van for $50,000, and it was all paid in cash of $70,000. Okay, journal entry number 5. Journal entry number 4. Don't want to skip any. BTab purchased $500 of office supplies on account. So we're going to call this supplies inventory of $500 and accounts payable of $500. Okay. So let's go to another slide here because we're running out of room. Number 5, on October 2nd, BTab purchases $1 million of insurance that covers all the property and professional liabilities. The cost was $1,800 and it was for 12 months. So number 5, we're going to record as prepaid insurance. Remember, this is an asset to us because this is going to have future economic benefits at $1,800, and we paid cash $1,800. Journal entry number 6. At the end of October, Lincoln completed $2,000 of accounting services. They had been paid $1,600 of those services, and the rest were on account. So they had received cash of $1,600. So we're going to debit $1,600. Lincoln had done, or BTab had done, $2,000 worth of services, so we're going to credit revenues for $2,000. The amount that's left over, we're going to debit is accounts receivable. So a lot of times when you're doing journal entries, it's always important to write down what you know and then backfill that number that you don't know to make the debits and the credits balance. All right. Number 7, on October 31st, BTab paid its bill for its office supplies in number 4 above. So let's look at number 4 above. With number 4, we had supplies inventory in the accounts payable. All right. So in this case now, they're going to pay for those. So we're going to debit the accounts payable account for $500, and cash is the amount that went out. Now, the one thing you'll notice is that, well, let's skip that for right now. Number 8, On BTab, received payment for the $400 of services provided in number 6 above. Okay, so in number 8, they received cash of the $400 from right here that we were still owed. We now receive that, and we're going to debit cash and credit accounts receivable of $400. All right, on to number 9. On November 15th, BTab signed a contract to provide monthly accounting services to a local non-for-profit. The contract for 6 months begins in October, and $1,500 of services a month. So BTab received received cash of $9,000. And how did I get that number? It's $1,500 a month, and it's for 6 months of services, and that equals the $9,000. And now we're going to have an unearned revenue for $9,000, and this is a liability account. Okay. Number 10, BTab completed and billed additional $10,000 of accounting work by December 31st and had received all but $1,000 of it. So that was number 9. Let's do number 10. So they had billed $10,000. They had received all but $1,000 of it. So we had left on the books accounts receivable of $1,000. We know we had billed $10,000, so we know our revenues were $10,000. And so the cash we received would have been $9,000. Journal entry number 11. BTab incurred $4,000 of additional expenses through year end. As of December 31st, all but $700 of the amounts had been paid. So we had expenses. We're going to debit expenses of $4,000. We know we still have an accounts payable of $700 because the problem tells us that we have $700 that's still outstanding. So the amount of cash that they had actually paid is $3,300. And then the last one, number 12. On December 31st, Lincoln counted the office supplies, and there was only $80 left in supplies. So I'm going to do this one a little bit different. So we knew that if we have office supplies and we had a T account or we had a ledger account, and we knew the beginning balance was $500, and we counted it and we knew that the ending balance was $80, what makes this balance? Well, a credit does of $420. So a credit of $420 to office supplies, makes this journal entry balance. So what's the debit? Supplies expense of $420. Okay, and that's number 12. All right, so we have now recorded all of the journal entries with respect to BTab.